Today, I put Melania in a blender. And I mean that quite literally. I put a bookmark of Melania into the blender that I've only used for fruit. Now, did I have grand ideas for this adventure that I put myself into? Yes. Did the results meet these expectations? How can I ever show my face in public again? No. But did I invest about 2 hours of my life into doing this? It's almost 8 right now. Yes, again. I can't get those hours back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So this is the blender part of it. Then we have this and a cup and this. So I saw this at the theater today. Very interesting. I did joke around, why are they making a movie about her when objectively I'm more interesting? They should make a movie about me. I'm funnier. Period. I also explained that technically the people paying to go see Melania were making the theater money, in which case the theater would have me work shifts. And if I'm working work shifts and getting money, they are supporting trans rights. Mwahaha. Fooled them with that one, didn't I? Even though my cup is big enough to hold the Melania bookmark, and I did ask why they had a bookmark for Melania when I believe that most people who follow Trump don't actually read. But that's okay. I think it would probably blend best if I cut it up first. Is this a good enough view? Holy, it actually worked. Wait! It made them like snowflakes. Which is what they would call me. I am a snowflake. It kind of is pulverized. Shoot. We might have to adapt. That's okay. We'll keep going. I am hoping that I do not break my blender. I hope I don't inhale it. I don't know if there's a problem if I inhale paper. Like I was saying, I want my art to mean something, and I'm practicing being more vocal about my beliefs. I've been surrounded by a lot of people with a lot of strong beliefs in my life, and I think I tend to just suck up whatever they say rather than formulating my own opinions. But I think my blender doesn't do that, which sort of makes sense in hindsight because it doesn't cut up fruit like scissors. It mushes it together. That was kind of my bad. I also don't have glue. I could have purchased glue, but I was participating in the no-buy protest, so we are using what we got. I have some packing tape, and I have regular tape. My original idea, was that they'd cut up into small little geometric pieces, and I'd be able to make a design. So we're gonna see if I can salvage this at all, and if not, I'll just make like a regular drawing then. My younger sister joined in on a protest today too, which was cool. My family's just cool like that, I guess. Well, we're all privileged to be in the position that we are in. I don't really like this sketchbook that much because it smears, and you kind of get what you pay for. It was a very cheap sketchbook. With some of the designs I did in my drawing class, you can see it like smeared and smudged in. I don't quite like that in my sketchbooks. But what I wanted to see is if I color black on the pages and then tape down the white snow, would that work? I wanted to make a portrait of Kilmar Abrigo Garcia because the administration is like fucked up his life, and it's just insane to me. This isn't the United States I was raised to believe in. Okay, so my current plan, since I don't have glue, is that I tape snow onto one side of my tape and then put it down on the paper. Well, it kind of works. I think I'll have to be very fine with where I choose to put things. I do have black paint, I think, that I could use, but that would be kind of a pain to get out my paint. I am a digital artist. I don't really do a lot of traditional art. We don't have digital Melania movie bookmarks, So we're just gonna go traditional. ASMR, coloring, it's gonna be a process. People at least were nice, like the people going to the movie were pretty nice. I cannot say the same about the people that went to the movie called Vindicating Trump. They were just rude. I wonder why. I don't think I'll ever understand. Like, I understand there being political differences, and some people are more traditional, and some are more open, and a lot of it depends on how you were raised, and what age you are. I understand all that, and like, there are different solutions to problems that people can come up with. I feel like there are Democrats and there are Republicans, and then there's just the people who follow Trump. It's just crazy what he's doing. Like, I've been going through like a journey with my mental health, and being an adult, a pretty young adult, starting college, and there's a lot that's been happening. Like, guys, I don't know how many history book events I could live through. Like, we already had the pandemic. Let's not make any more parts of a history book that kids are gonna read. I think the media exacerbates some of it. Every single problem is just, it's all negative news and stuff. But there's also, like, some stuff you can't ignore. Some stuff really does need to be changed. But anyway, it's hard to balance being politically active and standing up for what's right with your own mental health. I guess everyone has to figure out what is worth it to them. For me, the news got really personal. Global events and things talked about started being about, like, having people I knew. It started hitting more close to home. I don't know, everybody had something to say about it, but none of it was nice. And the media just, like, prolonged people's suffering. And so I took a break from social media for a while, and I just tried to focus on my community and my education. I think that was the right move for my health, and I know that I'm privileged to even be able to think that. And I want to do what I can to help those that are less fortunate than me. And really, my philosophy is that I just want to be as genuine a person as I can, just love people. So, like, they say, be the change you wish to see in the world. But it definitely is easier to be nice and to, like, focus on helping others when I'm not so caught up in my head with, like, anxiety. Like, when I went on the medicine for my PTSD and anxiety, it really changed my life. I'm able to be, like, happy and content. And because I'm able to be content and fulfilled myself, I think I now can go to the next step and try and help others. That I can have the choice whether I want to stand up for something or not, that in and of itself is privileged. And so I'm facing that. All this to say that it's a balance that I'm still working on. I mean, honestly, if the worst thing that someone can say about me is that I look ugly or I'm timid, I haven't always made the best decisions, but I try to at least have my actions follow my values, and so I'm pretty content with myself as long as what I do follows what I believe. I think what I was meaning to say by that is that if that's the worst thing that I can say I've done, or the meanest thing people can say about me, then I think I'm better than those that support killers, than the people that support ICE and support Trump, because they're filled with hatred. I think I maybe have a little bit of an obsession with being morally perfect. And maybe that's why one of my favorite shows is The Good Place. A theme in it, they have so many themes, and it's so well written. But one of the themes is, like, this exploration of your actions and what value they have, and if intention means anything. And it just, like, accepts the idea that people are human and that they will make mistakes, but that what matters is that they're trying. I don't understand the hatred for immigrants. Shouldn't we, like, celebrate people wanting to join the country and wanting to be here in America and seeing it? America, I mean the United States, because I know there are other Americas. But seeing the United States as somewhere better than where they currently are and as an escape. Should we celebrate that? I don't understand why people are, like, afraid, and how that fear turns into hatred for their neighbors. I want to say that, like, if you're afraid that immigrants are going to steal your job, then get good at your job. I don't know. It's just a lot of lies that are spewed and misconstrued. Some people are just filled with hate and they don't want to think of themselves badly, so they make a lot of excuses to rationalize their behavior. It's just bizarre how we as a country went from not liking like illegal immigrants, which even that is kind of wild to me, but instead of being like helping them to become legal, we're gonna take you out and like deport you and kill you. Like it's just crazy. I think people are just in a bad situation in their home countries and they need somewhere to stay that's safe for them. And the fact that we're not safe and we're not providing ways to become legal citizens is just mind-blowing. I need to have opinions and I need to speak up because I think, you know how I said that I'm happy with myself as long as I follow my, my morals, my sense of justice. I think maybe I'm starting to realize that in order to be happy with myself, I can't stay quiet. That I need to make my opinions known. He's just a guy trying to live his life. And it's crazy what people are doing to him. So I support him. And hopefully my art doesn't turn out awful. I made a Freddy Fazbear. I'll have to take a picture of it. But I made like some art of Freddy Fazbear. And I want to do something like that. But with this. We're gonna start with his shirt. Okay, nodding along. Alright guys, let's start with... Or maybe, you know what I could do? Big brain idea. I could use the snow. Oh, you can't see it. I could use the snow, put the snow on, and then put tape over it. So I don't have to, like, tape it little bit by little bit, you know? And it gives me a little bit more leeway and freedom. It is getting everywhere. Okay. So what I'm thinking... Oh, it's on my hand, too. I want to do his, like, silhouette. I don't know if I can talk at the same time as doing this. Beginning is just gonna be his shirt. Okay. Peek the vision. Oh, it's getting all over. I really hope it's not gonna be bad to inhale paper shreds. Right? Probably not. It's like powdery. Okay, you guys are probably gonna be like, what the hell? But peek the vision, okay? Trust the process. This is not a medium I've worked with before. Kind of like working with clay here in clay class. This is gonna be his... He has like a what is it called? A goatee? I think it looks stupid. It's okay. It's in the ugly growing process. Let's see if we can't tape some of this down before I get too far. You don't get to see this part. Me struggling. Oh no, it doesn't stick to it. Oh my god, because it's too thick. Oh, I'm cooked, chat. We're so cooked. Well, you can't see it, but like you have to trust me on this. We're cooked. I might have to like do him justice and draw like a portrait or something. Save me. I'm so sorry. Ah! It's the essence of him, guys. Trust. This was all intentional. And then, oh, we should probably do. Okay, maybe the eyes. We can move it around. That's the nice thing. Oh no! Oh no! I thought I have to redeem myself after this. Going to school for art. Goodness gracious. Oh, I'm gonna have to clean off my desk. There's powder all over it. I fear as though I should have cut up the paper and not blended it. I'm trying to be genuine and like make it look good, but it looks so bad. Oh no. Oh, I know there's like an ugly growing phase of things, but this might be past repair. Dude, failed attempt. I'm never trying to make a statement with my art again. Okay, maybe if I like get a pencil or something, smaller thing, I can move it around. But I also need eyebrows. And then we have to make sure that the tape actually, maybe we get rid of that. The lips are fine. I have a lot of homework to do, but like I knew that I wasn't going to be able to get anything done with all the thoughts in my head and all how like sad I was and upset. Fail of a medium and not a failure on my part. I don't know if anyone's tried using clumps of a bookmark for a movie that shouldn't have been made. There were a lot of people going to it. It was unfortunate. But there was also a lot of... Ah! Oh! Bad paper. There were a lot of people going to Iron Lung, the Markiplier movie as well, so it was like an interesting crowd. Having the Melania crowd and the Iron Lung crowd, they were not the same. Oh no, how are you getting worse? I just want you to go back. Probably the best I'm gonna get it, but maybe I can work on a nose. Well, now it's not balanced. I'm taking my snow art too seriously. Okay, well, here goes nothing. Oh god, this is a monstrosity. How can I ever show my face in public again? Guys, my Freddy Fazbear art turned out better than this, but I was using a pen. I was not using shredded paper. Guys, this looks so awful. I need to redeem myself. I'm going to. None of my teachers are gonna be like, oh yeah, you made this monstrosity, so now you don't have to do your homework, which is not related. According to one of my coworkers, there was a trend where people were going around and like graffitiing the posters of Melania. And I feel like this might be worse. Didn't Trump himself say that he wasn't gonna get into heaven? I mean, low-key, if Trump gets into heaven, like that's not a heaven that I want to be in. Bring me to hell, baby. There's a glare on the tape, so it just looks like a mess. We have some strategies going on here. I like music, right? I'm a musician. Play the saxophone. Bari sax to be specific. But I was thinking of all the songs that are on my playlist when I get angry at, you know, the government and etc. But I want to know about ones that I should add. So if anybody is seeing this and has suggestions in the comments, I want to know. I want to know the songs to listen to cope with. A song called For What by Destroy Boys. I have one called The Supreme Court by Rio Romeo. Is it called Rat by Penelope Scott? I'm trying to think of other ones. I could look it up, but I don't remember where I put my phone. Because they make you, like, say the Pledge of Allegiance every morning in school. At least they don't do that in college anymore. But, like, it's an iconic memory. Does any other country do that? You have the option to not, but, like, you will get hardcore discriminated against if you choose to say it during the Pledge of Allegiance. Boom, bada bing, as they say in the business. Holy moly. As I say in the business. Guys, this is supposed to be a human. I was old enough to vote in this last United States election. And I did. I had something called a mail-in ballot. And I spent like 4 hours going over every single answer, looking up who the person was, what they believed in, etc. I ended up mostly voting Democratic because I am who I am. But, like, I made sure to do the research. I don't fully know what happened, but apparently my ballot was mailed in late and it didn't get counted. What might have happened might have been that there's like specific hours for my campus mail, and they might have picked it up at one day and then shipped it a different day. But because even though I had put it in the mailbox like a day before the ballots were even due, it ended up shipping out too late after the election. So yeah, I don't know. It probably was my bad, but it was pretty disheartening to get a letter in the mail for my first election that was like, so you didn't do it right and we didn't even count your vote. We live and we learn, isn't that right? Going back to the good old mediums here, maybe I'll just do graphite, good old graphite. Just doing that. I'll probably start with like a 2H, you know, because it's kind of light, but it's not like super light that it's like unreasonable. Wow, circle time. Oh, you're not gonna be able to see most of this. We'll have to work it to get darker for you to actually be able to see. We're gonna do kind of like this kind of head shape, like that. This is probably just gonna be like a messy one. I'm not looking for it to be like too good, but I want to do some justice for how I accidentally, that was so unfortunate, the other art piece that I made. So I definitely learned, like, go big to small. So do the bigger details first, get the general shape. I want to make sure to get, like, the facial proportions right. Oh, I wanted to pull it down to get a better, man, I think it hates me. It's gonna be a little bit skewed just from the view of the camera, so I might look a little bit weird with proportions. But I will try. A little more defined here than what I had. Then there's the chin. And there's this little goatee there. I think the other thing with traditional drawing is that you're not really able to flip the canvas. With Procreate and Photoshop, you're able to flip canvas so that you can like see if the proportions are off or funky. He has a nice smile here. And then he has like some facial hair here that like kind of follows the form. I used to start drawing humans by their noses, which is a weird part to start. Because usually people would draw like, you know, the general head shape, you know? Also another thing that I learned in my art classes is that people tend to draw one eye at a time. And then they're like, oh, we can't match the eye, so what you do is you draw both of them. An artist's worst nightmare, drawing eyes until they're exactly perfect. It's so hard drawing the human form. Okay, I need to... Oh no, it's at a tilt. Guys, I'm screwed. Okay, I'm fixing the tilt off camera. I'm sorry you can't see what I'm doing. It's just that I need to have it at this certain viewpoint so I could fix the things that I'm doing wrong. I mean, a lot of skills transfer from, like, you know, digital to physical and vice versa. Like, if you generally know, like, the principles of art, then I feel like you could do a lot of different types of art, but I'm still learning. Here, I think he's so strong for surviving what he had to go through. I mean, he was like a family man. He had a family. Okay, now tilt check time. It's very tilted. Oh lord. I might have to do a redemption of the redemption. Alright, we got like a, kind of a gesture sketch going on here. It's probably gotta deviate a little bit from the photo just to make sure it looks okay. Still slanted. That's okay. I don't know if I should ink it or not. Like, whatever we do is gonna be better than the previous art project. Alright, well, we go for it. We can go back in and make sure that the lines are a little more steady, right? Afterwards, right? I'm sure we can do that. It's actually Jover. It's actually so Jover. I'm crying. I'm so sorry to anyone who sees this. This is not my specialty. We could pretend I'm like doing engineering or something. I don't know if we could salvage this, chat. I might be over a line art. What marks should I make? Indicate the gesture of... It might not matter at this rate. Tilt check is not going well. The tilt check is awful. Oh no. I know what I'm doing. They call me an artist. Dude, we cannot defund the arts because low-key I need art school after this. What the hell? On a scale of 1 to 10, how cooked are we? Little highlights on the lips, maybe? Hopefully that didn't need to be straight. That was actually an artistic decision that I made and was intentional. I don't know, something line weight, something. Well, chat, I gave it a shot. I don't think you're supposed to use a kneaded eraser like this, by the way. But at this point, does it really matter? Does it even matter? So the blended Melania part of this process did not go as expected. For some reason, I genuinely thought that putting paper in a blender wouldn't shred it like a paper shredder, but would instead cut it up as if I had a pair of scissors and just chop, you know? Looking back on that, like, I can see where I went wrong, and I tried to salvage it and spent a lot of my life trying to salvage it. And I think I may have just ended up offending everyone, just everybody. The sketching process part of it, maybe a little bit better, but again, it was pretty warped. The perspective was a little bit off, and I wish I would have spent the full 2 hours on it to make a really nice finished project. Because now I just have 2 crappy looking art crafts, and I don't know what to do with them.